Scorpio, this is your channel messages for the 10th to the 15th of January. Scorpio, the dead. I'm getting there's a death in the family or something about an overdose, okay? If that's not it, Scorpio, you tend to have the energy of death lingering around you, whether you can see death coming, you can feel death, or you might be prone to suicidal thoughts, Scorpio. Scorpios are usually introverted. They go very deep, right? This could also be bullying into self-harm, Scorpio, the death. Because on the death card, there's a pope there begging death for forgiveness. So I'm getting the church bullied you, or people who claim that they were of Christian beliefs was bullying you. I'm getting a group that's supposed to be supportive morally, or they claim that they believe in God. That's the group that's bullying you. That's a cult. That cannot be of God. It's a cult. When Jesus Christ was taking the oath to be a prophet for his father, then we bully him because he did believe in God. Remember? He did believe that he was the Messiah. He got bullied. He got crucified on the cross because he did believe in God. Because he did believe he was the Son of God. Now maybe you don't believe in God. The church is bullying you. Well, Jesus Christ believed in God and he got bullied. So is it the belief or is it the corruption of people when they want to turn you into a slave like them? Scorpio, I'm also getting someone's going around talking about your dad does crack. Okay, Scorpio, and I don't know if your dad's dead. I don't know if that's true. But Scorpio, if this allegation is true that your dad does crack, how fucked up it is knowing that your daddy is a so-called crackhead and he still remembered you and wanted to be in your life. Meanwhile, their daddy is sober and them fucking hate them. So you're telling me that, Scorpio, your dad, throughout sniffing crack, throughout smoking crack, throughout taking part in crack-like activities, your father still love you. Your father still want being in your life. Throughout the crackness, him still could have sit past him crack addictions to be a father to you. Some people, this nigga's daddy is sober. And you don't know your daddy. So how your daddy abandoned you sober, but Scorpio daddy can be in their life on crack? Tell me, why are you disappointed that your father is such a disappointment? So Scorpio, I don't know what type of tactics somebody I use to try to bully you. Let me tell you something. Bullying and harassment is two different things. I don't know if somebody think them bullying you. In order for somebody to bully you, them have to address you. They have to address you. When you go to school and you have a bully don't stand up with him friends while you stand up at your locker and talk shit out loud and hope you hear. The bully usually come to you, say what them don't like about you. And Scorpio, let me tell you this. Nobody can bully you, especially when you know how to fight. I don't know if you forgot that you know how to fight. I don't know if you're in your younger days, you used to fight and you decide to calm it down. The fuck, no. You know for fight, remember? Scorpio. So if people are harassing you, they're saying things to you, they're making comments to you. Harassment is one thing. Celebrities get harassed all the time. People want to be them. People want to be in their presence. Paparazzis want to take pictures of them. Your ex-husband or your ex-boyfriend or your ex probably stalking your tight pussy. Stalking, harassment is different. A man harass you because you don't want to fuck him again. A man harass you because you said no to him ring. A man harass you because you don't want to be a part of his family. A man is harassing you because you don't want to carry his child. Harassment is different. You can't be bullied when you know for blood clot fight. Bullied, so you're just going to stay in the house and not go out because you're getting bullied. Get your head in the game, Scorpio. Half of these motherfucking people who are so-called interpreting this as bullying, they're cowards. Them not swing. You will. You don't have nothing to lose. You're the death card. So make them know, say, it could have been an old blood clot Christian woman, it could have been a man of God. You will still knock out that motherfucker. You don't give a fuck. Remember that. Scorpio, again, the pastor is begging death for he's pleading with him begging for mercy. And in the death card, around the pastor and around death are dead people and children. Because the pastor led the people and the children into death with his beliefs. And that's also to represent that Scorpio, it don't matter. It could have been man, woman, or child. You will take the life of anyone. So you must, especially when you have kids, you must remember, when you go around and pick on people, you go around and bully people, remember you have kids. And Scorpio does not feel weird to take your children from you. My kid has nothing to do with it. Leave my kid out of it. Your kid will be the first target. So know that. While you, as an adult, I go around and you point the finger, remember say you have a blood clot son, you have a child. Them can get touched. Remember that. Scorpio remembers that. Let's go ahead and go into your reading. We have MK Ultra. Yeah. So usually they use people of recipients of drugs on MK Ultra. So again, MK Ultra. Yeah, you're supposed to be bullied until you start crying and you go home and you lock up in a house and you not eat no more. Bitch, you can fight, remember? Ho. You scared to fight now? These fuckers ain't scared to humiliate you. They're not scared for bully you. I'm not sure if you're going through initiation. Maybe you're gaining a following. And of course, if you're a celebrity, you're not gonna fight everybody. But you need to know the difference between cowards and people who actually is about that life. MK Ultra. I'm getting they're all a part of the same cult. They're all a part of the same shit. They're all a part of it. So you're saying to yourself why they can strike you and you can't strike back. You're supposed to strike back. The MK Ultra is to make you feel crippled. You're supposed to be crippled when you're under MK Ultra. You're so crippled, you have a cripple making fun of you. That's how that's how much of a sleep you are. You got people with special needs making fun of you. What the fuck? You're a Scorpio. You will hit a special needs bitch out. Like, you don't give a fuck. You're Scorpio. So MK Ultra, yeah, you need to fight back. And you're thinking, if I fight back, I'm gonna have consequences. So the fuck what? Some of these fuckers need to be taught consequences, but in the right setting. See, if you're being harassed, it's one way to deal with it. If you're being bullied, physical force, I always recommend physical force in bullying. Always. Always. And let me just say this. I'm not sure if you're black, especially if you're black. You might come from predominantly black countries. Now, in my transition in life and understanding different ethnicities, especially when it comes down to black people with white people, there are certain stages that black people will go through when it comes down to racism and white people, especially if you've never been to a country where racism is and you go there for the first time. There's a certain type of stages of acceptance or stages of racism black people go through. Now, when you're black, you're never really lonely. There's always another person in your business, okay? So you see, when you're black, you see, when you get exposed to racism for the first time, your initial response is going to be to ignore it. Your second response is going to be to rationalize it. You're going to argue with the racist and say, that's not good behavior. So the first time them racist against you, if you've never been exposed to racism, you're gonna ignore it. You're gonna just say, you know what, let me just walk away. Wow. You might go in your car, go document it. You know, somebody called me a nigger. You know, that's the first time. The second time, you're going to argue with them. But you're going to argue with them not using profanities. They're going to be like, how could you, why would you do, wow, are you really going to call me that name? I have you on video. That's, as a black person, that's how you're going to approach it. You're going to be very, very scared to offend the white racist person. You see, the third level of that is you start to argue with them. Not arguing with them as to why them racist against you. You start to argue with them. You call them pieces of shit, you call them crackers, you might call them back racial slurs. You won't put your hands on them, but you give them the same energy. Now, it takes a while for a black person to develop this confidence, especially if you come from a place where there's not predominantly white people. Then you move on to the fifth stage where you will put your hands on them. Now these are the niggas that white people are very scared of. They're scared of the ones who are okay for put them hands on them, for even things what them don't consider to be racist. So before a nigga gets to that place, them have to brainwash you. Them have to make sure you're not a nigga who will hit. You're not a dog that will bite. You will only bark. Like half of the dogs these people have. Never bite, only bark. So you need to remember where you come from. And I find when black people hang around a lot of white people, they forget their power. They forget them strength. You're the only black person walking around with a group of white people and somebody different call you a nigger. And you let it go. And your white friends let it go too, because they're white. It don't hurt them. So you walk along in the group with those white motherfuckers being a nigger, even though you're hanging with white people, and now you start get submissive like them. Listen, it's not a big deal. It's not, come on man, it's not a big deal. Them white. You're black. And those fuckers ain't defending another white person calling you a nigger, because them white. So MK Ultra, you need to remember where the fuck you come from, or remember that you're a Scorpio. We have father. Yeah, MK Ultra and your father, or someone's father. This could be a white man who wants to be a father, maybe a father white, maybe a half white. So people expect you to be submissive to white men. No, my daddy white. Why would I be submissive to a white man? Maybe your dad black, so you must be submissive to black men. Your father black. Why would you be submissive to black man and your father black? What the fuck this is? We have Aquarius. The Aquarius rules the people, a lot of fathers, a lot of men. We're getting a lot of men. It could be something about a lot of white men. We have secret society. And we also have Cancer. Yeah. What did they say about your dad? What them say about your father? Them saying your father is a crackhead. Your father is a cokehead. Okay, so how your father depend on drugs and still wanted to be a father? And your father sober and him hate you and your blood clot mother. How is that possible? Perhaps if your father was doing crack, he would have been in your life. You're just jealous because your sober dad doesn't want to fucking spend time with you and his crackhead dad always posts them. That's why you're fucking jealous. Because your daddy don't have an excuse for hate you. Your daddy don't have an excuse for abandon you. Him is a sober man with sober hate. Slut. Let's continue the reading. One more. And we have mother. Yeah, mom and dad. Mom and dad. So your mom is an alcoholic and your dad's a crackhead, but you have parents. Through the crack, through the crack, through the crack, through the weed and alcohol. Not a chance to be with you. They'd rather risk it all. Through the crack, through the wine and through the rap. Right? Through all of these intoxications, them still remember that they wanted to be a mother. Them still remember they wanted to be a father. Bitch, your mom is sober and you hate her. Your dad is sober and he know what fuck for do with you. With a sober mind and a sober heart. Just like Christians. They have a sober mind and a sober heart. But that don't mean them all bully a motherfucker who don't believe in them religion. I'm sure the people back in the Bible who crucified Jesus were sober people. Maybe they would consume alcohol. Maybe them would consume a little bit of street vibes, rum, them, some in a cup. Some for me, some for Black Rhino. Maybe they were partaking in street vibes rum argument at 1 and 2 times. But these were all sober people. These weren't crackheads. These weren't cocaine-filled people. And they still crucified Jesus. These were so-called religious people. So MK Ultra, mother and father. We're getting something that come from your mother and father. Okay, I'm not sure if your mother and father is bullying you. But again, Scorpio, the Pope is begging for forgiveness. So I'm getting, when all is said and done, everybody going to be begging for forgiveness, even your mother. Your mother and father might think them in the clear, out of harm's way, out of the fire. Me getting everybody will be begging for forgiveness. I don't know what they did to you, Scorpio, but me getting it could have mother, father, sister, brother, uncle, nephew, co-worker. Me getting you will take a life. Man, woman, or child. I don't know what happened, Scorpio. Me getting your mother and father is here though. I don't know if this is something about somebody murdering them parents. The Tower. The Scorpio, that's you. The Tower card. Yeah, me getting a big, me don't know if this is something like a house fire. Or me getting, Scorpio, your parents have your dead body on display. Me getting your parents used you as a display for something, Scorpio. Something about you did dead or you died when you were younger, but your parents did use you for do something. Yeah, the Tower card. Me getting something about to shock you. Yeah, the Magician. I'm seeing a building collapsing. I'm getting a building collapsing in your name. Something in your name is going to. I'm getting your name is breaking in half. Your name going to collapse. Or I'm getting something about this building being set on fire, but the building have magic on. I'm getting there's magic on this building. Somebody going to set the building on fire to get rid of the magic. Yeah, we have a 10 of Wands. Yeah, I'm getting something that's attached to you is in this building. I'm getting somebody going to set the building on fire. This huge building. How me getting is like it seems like you can't break free, you can't get ahead, you always feel a burden. You feel like something is on your back, like a monkey on your back. 10 of Wands because she tired, she fatigued. Me getting something is about to end though. Me getting somebody will end up in a wheelchair. Your back, somebody going to get hit in the back. Me getting somebody back going give them back. Yeah, the 8 of Swords. We have the Devil card, and we had the 5 of Cups. I'm hearing it saying, I wish I didn't do that. Yeah, Judgment. Yeah, me getting it's time for you to ascend, Scorpio. And me getting you ascending does not involve you being respectful. Me getting you need to ascend now. The devil is here. So you need to know, Scorpio, even though, yes, you are taught to walk around in life respecting people, you don't know how much of these people are for the devil. Because the Bible tells you that people, wolf will walk in sheep's clothing. So somebody offend you and you don't want to offend them because you don't think it's the right thing to do. You don't know if this person's a devil worshipper. And you're saying to yourself, did this person deserve this offensive behavior? Did this person deserve me screaming at them? Yes, they did. But you have to make the call. The problem is, Scorpio, you don't know who to attack and who not to attack. It's like you're saying, you know, if I wanted to, I could have take out this person, but you don't do it because you turn the other cheek. Again, why are you turning the other cheek to people who did not repent? You're turning the cheek to people who don't repent. You are not God. So if you're trying to walk around living a life as holy as God, God don't have to deal with demons. God don't have to deal with people on earth controlling him or her about employment or about them insecurities or about how them look. So you trying to walk around making decisions like God, you are not living among gods. You're living around men. Men who commit sin. And if you're a person living around sinful people and acting holier than like you is God, chances are you're going to go back to your blood clot creator fast. Just like how Jesus went back to his creator at 33. And everybody who did not believe in Jesus outlived Jesus past 33. People who were in brothels and living a sinful life, them will outlive him. Yeah, the devil. So again, I don't know if this is about bullying or harassment. I'm getting you need to remember where you come from. Remember your power, Scorpio. You're the death card. The dead one. You're the walking dead. You're the living dead. You can be seen and not seen. Heard and not heard. So I'm getting somebody can't put in a coffin when your bed is a coffin. Use a death card. So you walking around as a skeleton being like, you know what, I'm just gonna stay in a coffin because people don't want to see me anyways. That was your rightful bed. A coffin was your bed. Remember? Torment was your rightful place. Torment after people die and people say, I wish I could see you again. That is you. That's what you control. Somebody have you forgetting that you're a Scorpio and you walk around depressed. You're a Scorpio. You walk around with your heart feeling broken. You walk around feeling abandoned. You are a skeleton. Remember? You're getting a need to take back your power. 5 of Cups, the Devil card, the 8 of Swords. It's okay for somebody to cast torment on you, but when you're doing it, you're expected to be the so-called leader. You're expected to set the example. You need to give them an example as to why them should stop fucking with you, Scorpio. I'm going to leave this here because I'm getting somebody's using black magic to hold on to you. And as long as you think you're defenseless, you're going to operate that way. If you think you don't have legs, you will always be riding around a wheelchair. You forgot you had legs? I'm going to leave it here. I'm also getting your parents might be Satanists. So you need to be careful. You might feel like, why every time I talk to my parents or my siblings, I feel bad. Even if them don't say anything bad to you, you feel bad. It's a spell. Every time them talk to you, every time them whisper something in your ears, you start getting nauseated. You get nauseous every time you talk to your brother or your sister or your mother. You just feel sick afterwards. But every time them call, you answer the phone, you don't want to ignore them. What would they say? Well, you feel sick. Every time you talk to these people, you're the devil. It's a spell. That's why you feel nauseated. The demon I try to come out to you. I'm going to leave it here. Scorpio, until next time. Bye.